that, David.
At this point, I don't.
Yeah, so you're unmuted.
Yeah, but
You don't want us?
no. Okay, so this is me. Nothing. Hello. 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 Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test. 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 Hello. Hello. All right. I think we're ready to go here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Port Allegany Gymnasium, where we have a consolation bracket game. PIAA and District 9 changed things this year. 1A teams will take 5 teams. They qualify 5 teams for the state tournament. So here's what we have going on. If you lost in the quarterfinals, you go into a consolation bracket. And the winner of the consolation bracket between the 4 quarterfinal losers will get the 5th spot to go advance to the PIAA championship. So what we have tonight. So here we go. What we have here, we're playing Northern Potter. Northern Potter came off a loss to Otto Eldred. Okay, Port Allegany lost to Du Bois Central Christian. Port Allegany, being the 5 seed, got the higher seed, so they get to host the home game. Clarion is at Ridgeway tonight. The winner of tonight's game between Port and Otto will go on to play the winner of the Ridgeway-Clarion game at a neutral site. So real quick, the lineups for tonight for Northern Potter, who are coached by Casey Cady and Olivia Hoffman. Number 1, Haley Chapman. Number 5, Molly Cady. Number 14, Caden Brown. Number 23, Reagan Slauson. And number 24, Rebecca Martin. The Port Allegany Gators, coached by Jamie Evans and assisted by Rebecca Schwab, will start Evan Stauffer, number 2, number 5, Leah Nelson, number 10, Ella Moses, number 23, Khalil Dow, and number 24, Bren Evans. So again, it's win in advance. There's only 1 spot left in the consolation bracket. Otto Eldred, Du Bois Central Christian, North Clarion, and who was I can't think of the 4th team that advanced. The 3 seed. I can't think of it right now, but I apologize, folks. So I'm here, and as you can see, it's a whiteout night as we have all the fans, as you can see, all in white T-shirts. The T-shirts, again, the boosters would like to give a big thank you to Jim Minard, who made these shirts up and donated them for tonight's game. So, again, it is a whiteout shirt, all by Team Minard. So, again, thank you. A big shout-out to Jim Minard for his donation. Also, some of the kids would like to give some shout-outs. Leah would like to give a shout-out to Gigi and Bampy. Evan would like to shout-out to her grandpa, Reg Conies, her cousins, Nate, Gabby, and baby Josie, and anyone else who has been watching all through the year. I know that we have people in, I believe, Colorado, Utah, Florida, Philadelphia. Again, Tim Irons, here's you. So big shout out to Tim Irons for always tuning in, boys and girls games. And we've got about 2 minutes to go, and the game will begin. But again, a big shout out to Jim Minard for the donation of the whiteout T-shirts. As you can see, the fans are coming in all in white. So this game right here is win or go home. Port Allegany has faced Northern Potter 2 times this season, winning both matchups. Teams are now clearing the floor. I think we'll be ready to get underway. I will turn it over to the public address announcer, Mr. Matt Lawton, for the playing of the national anthem and tonight's starters. Also, I'd like to give a big shout out to David Bartlett for running the camera all season, Dan Funk for doing the boys' games, and a big shout out also should go to Jamie Evans, not Jamie, his son Drew Evans. Noah Archer. Okay, here we go again. Sorry, trouble with the microphone and the headset. So, again, big thank you to Noah Archer, Blaine Moses, and Drew Evans, who did the girls' games. Also, thank you to Evan Stauffer and Kalia Dowell, who did a couple boys' games. We got all this through money that was given to the school through COVID so we could broadcast games. It was initially set up so that it'll be turned over to the kids and they'll be able to do this. So we experimented with it. I think we had some success with it. So thank you to those students that we mentioned. Also, a big thank you to Ian Grego, Mr. Mark Budd, and Mr. Gary Buxton and Mr. Aaron Clark for allowing us to do these games. And we're getting ready for the start. If you look over into the stands, you can see the whiteout of the shirts that were donated by Jim Minard. Again, Mr. Minard, thank you very much for the donation of the whiteout shirts. The Gators take the floor. It is Stauffer, Nelson, Moses, Dowell, and Evans. Port Allegany needs to stay out of foul trouble tonight. When they played in DuBois Central Christian, they got in foul trouble early, and it came back to haunt them down the stretch. And there's the tip, won by Northern Potter, into the hands of Martin. I'm sorry, Northern Potter fans, I do not have a number 4 down. Well, that's 14. That is Brown. Stolen away by Moses. Moses on the drive. Her shot's up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Slauson. Port applying a little bit of pressure. The ball now into the hands of Brown. Brown brings it up. Out front to Brown. On the floor with it, Bryn Evans comes up with the ball quickly, gets it up to Dowell. Dowell kicks it to the baseline. He's got Stauffer with a baseline 3. It's good. Evan Stauffer gets the Gators started with a wide open 3 on the baseline. Nice look by Kalia Dowell to get her the ball. Foul is on number 1. Leah Nelson, that's her first. Ball now in, Slauson, Brown to Slauson, knocked away again on the full court. Dowell comes down the wing, she drives, loses control. Ball kicked underneath into the hands of Martin. Northern Potter will go the other way. Port Allegany backs into a man-to-man. Right now, Evans is on Katie. Nice switch. Dowell steps in. Nelson with the hands. Ball out to Slauson. Slauson fires up a 3. It's short, but she's fouled. And again, that's the second foul on Leah Nelson. Minute and a half in, Leah Nelson has had 2 fouls. Coming in for the Lady Gators is number 12, Maddie Eric. She will definitely replace Nelson after the first shot. Slauson's first. Good. Slauson misses the second. The third is good. 2 out of 3 for Slauson. Ball now into the hands of Stauffer. Out front to Bryn Evans. Evans kicks it now to Dowell. Dowell on the wing, now out top to Stauffer. Evans has it. Moses working hard in the low block, taken away into the hands of Caden Brown. Brown slows things down, brings it up for Northern Potter. Chapman now in the game. Haley Chapman dishes it over to Slauson. Chapman has Moses on her. Great anticipation by Evan Stauffer as she knocks away the pass intended for Slauson. Northern Potter's ball out of bounds. Brown brings it into Slauson. Slauson gets it down low to Brown. Dowell takes it away. We've got a foul called. I believe that will be on Kalia Dowell. That'll be her first. Team's third. Again, one of the keys we said is Port Allegany needs to stay out of foul trouble. Not even 3 minutes in, and they have 3 team fouls. On the drive, shot up by Martin, no good. Rebound pulled down by Ella Moses. Moses loses it in the hands of Katie. Her shot's up, no good. Tipped out by Dowell. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Port Allegany. Moses to inbounds. Ball comes into Stauffer. Leaves it for Dowell. Dowell on the wing. Out top to Evans. Back over to Stauffer. She gets it down low to Moses. Moses looks for Eric. Eric kicks it out to Evans. Evans' drive. Shots up good. Bucket by Bryn Evans. Good ball movement there by the Lady Gators. Straight on the block is Slauson. She is blocked by Stauffer, who cut her off, was ready to take the charge, stuck her hand up and blocked it. And there is a foul on Slauson. That is her first. The team's first. Stauffer brings it up. Dowell looks in low to Moses. Moses with a drive. Blocked, but she's fouled. That foul will go on number 5, Molly Cady. Moses to the line to shoot 2. Moses is first, short. Moses set for the second. Second is off. Lane violation called as Moses stepped over the foul line. Ball back to Northern Potter. Port Allegany set with the pressure. Ball comes over to Martin. Martin gets it up. It's tipped, but gets it in the hands of Katie. Katie again looks to get it down low. Stauffer deflects it, comes back with a steal. Stauffer up to Evans. Evans leaves it for Stauffer. Stauffer over to Eric. Eric down low to Moses. Moses battles inside. As she's in trouble, deflects it off of number 24, Rebecca Martin. It'll stay with Port Allegany. Port Allegany the inbound underneath. Gets it out to Moses. Moses drives. Keeps it. It's blocked. Moses tries to save it. Ball on the floor. Eric runs it down, saves it for Port Allegany into the hands of Moses. Moses again looks to drive. Her drive again is blocked, but a foul called on Molly Cady. That'll be Cady's second. Moses will go back to the line to shoot 2. Cady has 2 fouls. Team has 3. Moses' shot is up and in. Coming in now, number 15, Riley Thompson. And number 13, Kaylee Hyde. Rebound into Hyde's hand. Bucket made. Evans kicks it back. Gets it down low into Dow. Referees allowing them to play. Loose ball picked up. Stauffer from the baseline has her 5th point of the game. Port Allegany up 8-4. Ball into the hands of Hyde. Hyde cut off by Stauffer. Out to Martin. Her 3's up. No good. Battle for the rebound down low. Coming away with it is Ella Moses. Moses over to Stauffer. Stauffer kicks it to Moses. Moses looks to drive. Over to Evans, into the corner to Eric. Eric to Stauffer. Stauffer's drive. Basket's good. Early in the game, Evan Stauffer doing her best Damon Laird imitation as he went off for 71 last night in the NBA game for the Portland Trail Blazers. Stauffer with 7. Okay, Port still in the pressure situation. Ball goes thrown out of bounds. Ball back to Port Allegany. Port Allegany now up 10-4. 2:37 left in the first quarter. Team fouls 3 apiece. Port Allegany's ball. Now in for Port Allegany, number 1, Jenna Renner. In number 55, Jen Baxter. So Port Allegany has Stauffer, Moses, Renner, Evans, and Baxter on the floor. Pass down low to the low block to Moses. Her drive's no good, but she's fouled. Moses again will go to the line to shoot a pair. That foul is on number 13, I believe. Sorry, number 14, Brown. That's her first. Moses' first is good. Moses 2 for 5 from the line. Chance to get to 500 right here. Moses' shot is up. It rolls around, tipped on, into the hands of Martin. Martin goes the other way. Again, pass from Slauson over the outreached arms of Chapman, out of bounds. Ball back to Port Allegany. Northern Potter seems to beat the pressure, but then throws it away. Stauffer looks to drive, kicks it over to Evans. Evans fires up a three, no good. Down low is Moses. She gets the rebound, but it's knocked out of bounds by Reagan Slauson. It'll stay with Port Allegany. Stauffer inbounds. Port Allegany 4 high at the foul line. Ball into Renner. Renner pops from the baseline, a little hot. No good. Ball into the hands of Martin. Martin quickly up to Slauson. Her bucket's up and good. Slauson has 4 points on the evening. Stauffer kicks it to Baxter. Baxter down low to Stauffer. Stauffer on the baseline. Ball on the floor. Bryn Evans takes it, gets it to Jen Renner. Renner kicks it out to Baxter. Her shot's blocked. Into the hands of Chapman. Kicks it over to Chapman. Chapman, long three by Slauson's no good. That goes out of bounds and back to Port Allegany. Now in for Port Allegany, number 23, Kalia Dowell. Stauffer brings the ball up. Over to Evans. Evans looks down low to Moses. Moses kicks it out to Stauffer. Her three's on the way, no good, but Moses with a rebound, shots up, no good. Evans gets a rebound for Port Allegany, kicks it back out to Dowell. Dowell skips it over to Stauffer. Stauffer's drive, her shot's up, no good. Rebound tipped by Evans into the hands of Stauffer. Stauffer turns, fires, no good. Stauffer gets her own rebound, goes up left-handed, bucket's good. Port Allegany applying pressure now with Kalia Dowell. Slauson beats the pressure, gets it over to the timeline. Looks down low. Foul call on the play. Caden Brown will go to the line to shoot two. Foul is on number 24, Bryn Evans. That's her first, team's fourth. At the line now is Brown. Her first shot, good. 13-7, Port Allegany up 6, 31 seconds left in the first quarter. Second shot's up and good. Northern Potter 4 for 5 from the foul line as a team. Moses brings the ball up. Dowell, Port Allegany looks for the last shot of the game, gets it down low into Moses. Moses over to Dowell, that's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Port Allegany. 14 seconds left. Port Allegany looking for the last shot in the first quarter. Port Allegany 3 low, 1 high. Ball into Dowell. Dowell looks to drive. Her shot's up, no good. Rebounded by Dowell. She gives it to Moses. Moses puts up a three. That's short. Going the other way with 5 seconds left. Quickly over. Shot up by Chapman. No good. Time runs out of the first quarter with Port Allegany up 5, 13-8. We'll be back in 20 seconds, but as the cheerleaders take the floor, that was the Port Allegany cheerleaders. They are captains Lily Babcock, Kaylin Bonowitz, who is a senior, also a captain, Addison Burr, Jersey Gamet, Savannah Hart, Kaylee Lloyd is a senior, Mackenzie Mitchell is senior, Avery Redmond, Michaela Elkhorn is a manager, and they are coached by Terry Austin and Lisa Redmond, the Gator cheerleaders. Port Allegany's ball. Nelson back in for Port Allegany. Port Port Allegany with the original starting 5. Nelson has to be careful with 2 fouls. Stauffer brings it, looks down low. Pass intercepted by Chapman the other way. Dowell's there. Charge is called. Dowell got in the way. Took the charge. Ball going the other way. That is Chapman's first, team's 5th. Again, it's looking like one team will be to the foul line about the 6-minute mark, I'm going to say, the way it's going. It's been officiated well, but it's just like they're trying to be physical and too physical. Stauffer with a drive, shots up, no good, rebounded by Martin. Stauffer gets called for her first foul. That's 5th. Into the game now, number 12, Maddie Eric. Stauffer will come out for a minute. Ball comes into Chapman. Chapman up the floor. Quickly over to Brown. Brown's 3's up, no good. Battle for the rebound, pulled down by Ella Moses, but knocked out of bounds by number 24, Rebecca Martin. It stays with Port Allegany. Moses has about 5 rebounds so far on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, Stauffer has at least 3 offensive rebounds, and Evans at least 2. Gets it down low to the low block to Moses. Moses looks to drive her, shots up. Bucket's good. Moses will go to the line to shoot the end one. That'll be the 4th foul Moses has drawn as she drives to the bucket. That foul is on number 14, Caden Brown. That is Brown's 2nd foul. Now into the game for Northern Potter, number 12, Lily Steele. Moses' end one is good. 6 points for Moses. 9 for Stauffer, 2 for Evans. Ball comes down in, knocked away by Dowell, but hustling after to Steele. 3 on the way. Nelson pulls down a rebound, gets it up to Evans. Look for Moses to drive. Moses drives. Jump ball is called. That will go to Northern Potter. Good call by the officials as Moses went up. Ball was not, came right back in her lap. It did leave her hands, but came back in her lap and was tied up. Chapman brings it up, kicks it over to Steele. Steele back over to Hyde. Hyde over to Martin. Martin called for another charge. Kalia Dowell steps in front, takes her 2nd charge of the game. I mean, Martin just put her shoulder down, charged right through her. Evan Stauffer back in the game. Ella Moses to the bench. Stauffer off to Eric, over to Evans. Gets it in the high post to Dowell. Dowell tries to kick it over. Pass knocked away into the hands of Slauson. Slauson the other way. Slauson gets it off to Martin. Martin over in the corner to Katie. Back to Martin. Martin fakes, steps in, shot up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Slauson. But then Eric, after the Slauson miss, comes up with a turnover for Port Allegany. Evans leaves it for Nelson. Down low to Dowell. Her turn shot no good. Battle for the rebound. We got a jump ball called. Possession arrow to Port Allegany. Coming into the game for Northern Potter, number 15, Riley Thompson. Thompson will replace Chapman. Port Allegany with 4 up high. Ball out to Nelson. Nelson, three from the wing, no good. Rebound batted out of bounds. Referees get together and say the ball is to Port Allegany's. Stauffer on the baseline. Kicks it out to Dowell. Dowell at the elbow. Dowell leaves it for Evans. Back to Eric. Eric fires up a three. It's good. Maddie Eric hesitant on the three. Northern Potter dropped off, left her wide open. Eric takes it and makes it. Drive on the way by Martin. Bucket's good. Martin's first bucket of the game. Dowell shoots a three. It's short. Rebound pulled down by Katie. Katie the other way. Martin now up top, tries to get it down low. Ball deflected by Evans into the hands of Stauffer. Stauffer comes the other way for the Gators. Evans back out top. Port Allegany slows it down. Kicks it out to Stauffer from the baseline. Her three's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hyde. Hyde quickly over to Martin. Martin over the timeline. 4:23 to go in the second quarter. Evans knocks it away, but right back into the hands of Thompson. Three on the way, no good. Shot taken by Hyde, no good, out of bounds. Port Allegany with the ball. Baxter comes back into the game for Evans. Renner replaces Eric. Ball down low into Dowell. Her shot's blocked into the hands of Renner. Renner leaves it for Nelson. Nelson out to Baxter. Baxter leaves it over to Stauffer. Renner looks to drive. Renner's shot's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Martin. Martin quickly up to Slauson. Now over to Hyde. Hyde into the low post. Shot up by Katie. No good. Rebound. Again, and now Katie brings it out, kicks it out to Slauson. Slauson back over to Hyde. Drive, shots up, bucket's good. Bucket by Rebecca Martin. Over to Renner. Renner to Dowell. Dowell looks to drive. Dowell called for traveling. Switched her feet. As she started the drive, the official says. 19-12 the score here. 3:09 left in the first half. Slauson brings the ball up. Renner comes out on loose. Steal by Dowell. Quickly up the floor, kicks it over to Nelson. Nelson guarded by Luce, now to Renner. Nelson gets it to the high post to Dowell. Ball taken away, jump ball call. Possession arrow will go to Northern Potter. Dowell comes out. Evans in for Dowell. Slauson brings the ball up. Kicks it out to Katie. Her shot's up, no good. Evans with a rebound. Gets it off to Nelson. Nelson looks up. She had Renner cutting. Northern Potter back good on defense. Nelson shoots a three. It's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Chapman. She's guarded closely by Baxter. Ball off to Slauson. Slauson loses the ball out of bounds. 2:04 left. Coming back into the game is Ella Moses. Moses has her left hand taped up. Moses out there with her hands like a boxer. Maybe she'll do her best Rocky imitation. Stauffer brings it up. Nelson. Moses working hard in the low post. Evans, they switch it. Stauffer drives. Stauffer's baseline jumper's up and good. Stauffer with 11 points. Port Allegany up 21-12. 1:30 left in the first half. Ball in. Good defense by the Gators. Ball goes out of bounds, but off a Gator. It'll stay with Northern Potter. Katie inbounds for Northern Potter. Team foul 7-5. Northern Potter 7. Port Allegany has 5. Ball comes in right away with a steal is Moses. She looks to go all the way. She stopped. Gives it back to Stauffer. Stauffer fires a three. It's good. Evan Stauffer with her second three of the game, making the score 24-12. Port Allegany now extended the lead to 12. Renner reaches in, forces a tie-up. Ball possession here with Port Allegany. Port Allegany up 12, and now is Caden Brown. Off to Moses. Moses looks to drive. She's met. Her shot's up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Katie. Katie picks up her dribble, gives it over to Martin. Pass back into Katie. Foul called on Moses. Katie will go to the line to shoot two. I believe that is Moses' first. Team sixth. 2 shots for Katie. Port Allegany up 24-12. Katie with the first. No good. Katie has the second. Second shot is up. No good. Rebound pulled down by Brown. She puts it back. Bucket by Caden Brown. Her first bucket of the game. She has 4 points total for the game. Evans fires up a three. It's good. Brent Evans, Port Allegany, pounded the ball in the first quarter inside. Now they're looking to shoot it from the outside as everything is opened up. As Northern Potter's been collapsing down low. 27-14, 13 seconds left. Evans tips it away. Gets it over to Stauffer. 6 seconds left. Stauffer up to Moses. Moses stops, pops, shots up. No good. Renner with a rebound. No good. That will do it for the first half here from Port Allegany, with the Port Allegany Gators up 27-14 over the visiting Northern Potter Panthers. We'll be back in about 7 minutes. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, we're back here in Port Allegany. Real quick rundown of the scores. Leading scorer for Northern Potter, they have 3 girls with 4 points. Caden Brown has 4. Reagan Slauson has 4. Rebecca Martin has 4. And Riley Thompson has 2. For Port Allegany, Evan Stauffer has 14 points and 1 foul. Leading scorer for Port Allegany, Ella Moses has 5. Bryn Evans has 5. And Maddie Eric has 3 fouls. Molly Cady has 2. Caden Brown has 2. We're set to inbound the ball. Ball comes into Brown. I'll give you Port's fouls here. Leah Nelson has 2. Ball picked up, saved by Slauson. Quickly over to Thompson. Slauson drives her, shots up, no good. Rebound tipped out by Moses, but a loose ball foul called on Leah Nelson. Nelson picks up her 3rd as she used her arm to outduel the girl from Northern Potter. Nelson called for her 3rd. Ball into Martin. That ball saved. Good hustle there by Slauson to save it. Foul called on Port Allegany. Foul is on Kalia Dowell. That's her 2nd. So we have Nelson with 3, Dowell with 2. Not even 30 seconds into the game to the line for Northern Potter. Number 24, Rebecca Martin. Her 1st is good. Martin has 1 more to go. 27-15. Port Allegany with a 12-point lead. Martin looking to cut it. Shots up, no good. Moses with another rebound. Moses looks to run. Cut off, gets it down low to Nelson. Nelson shots up, no good. Nelson kicks it out to Dowell. Dowell looks to drive. Dowell drives, shots up, no good. Rebounded by Hyde. Hyde off to Thompson off to Katie. Now over to Slauson. Slauson back to Katie. Katie looks to drive, drops it off for Thompson. Her shot's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Brown, but then possession, battle for it. Moses, another rebound, knocks it off a Northern Potter Panther. Ball back to Port Allegany. Nelson brings it up. Off to Dowell. Dowell shot from the wings up, no good. Nelson saves it, but saves it into the hands of Katie. Northern Potter with numbers, 4-on-2. Hustling back is Moses. Moses with another rebound, kicks it out to Stauffer. Stauffer looks ahead for Evans. Evans with a left hand up, no good. Katie has a rebound, gets the ball up the floor. Katie leaves it with Slauson. Slauson kicks it over to Brown. Brown shots up, good. Caden Brown with a 3. Gives her 7 points for the night to score 27-18. Northern Potter has a lead of Port Allegany cut to 9. Nelson has Moses. Try to get it into her. Pass a little short, knocked out of bounds. Moses had inside position. Ball knocked out of bounds. Moses to inbounds. Ball comes out to Stauffer. See if Stauffer stays hot. Gets it down low to Moses. Jump ball called. Possession arrow will stay with Port Allegany. We have an injury on the floor. Down is number 14, Caden Brown. We will pause as they look to Caden Brown. Brown helped off the floor. Looks like it's possibly her ankle or her knee. Again, wish her a speedy recovery. Hopefully she can get back into this game. Northern Potter's leading scorer with 7 is out. Port Allegany inballs the ball into Stauffer, then gets it down to Moses down low. Nelson gets it back down low to Moses. They're collapsing down low. Shot up by Nelson's no good. Goes out of bounds. Ball turned back over to Northern Potter. Chapman replaces Brown. Port Allegany applying a little pressure. Not really much of a press, just something to be annoying. Ball into the hands of Slauson. Slauson looks to drive. She's cut off by Stauffer. Kicks it back out to Thompson. Knocked around. Saved by Katie. Katie out to Chapman. Chapman now over to Slauson. Slauson tries to get it down low to Chapman. Tipped out of bounds off of Evan Stauffer. Ball stays with Northern Potter. Northern Potter down 27-18, down 9. Ball comes out to Martin. Martin shots up. Long rebound pulled down by Katie and Northern Potter. She looks to drive. She reverses. Moses got a piece of it. Goes out of bounds off of Slauson. Ball will stay or will go back to Port Allegany on the tip. Stauffer looks to bring it up. 4:40 left in the third quarter. Leaves it for Nelson. Again, trying to get it down low into Moses. They do. Moses kicks it out to Stauffer. Stauffer drives baseline. Skip pass over to Evans. Evans looks to drive in. Leaves it for Nelson. Nelson with a drive. She stops. Shots up. It's blocked. Stepping on the line is Martin as she reached for the rebound. Ball will go to Port Allegany. Stauffer to trigger. We've got a blocking foul on Bryn Evans. That's her second. Team's third. Ball now up. Chapman out top to Katie. Katie looks to drive. Katie drives. Stop. Bucket's good. Molly Katie with her first bucket of the game. Northern Potter has cut the lead to 7. Port Allegany with a 27-20 lead. We've got a foul on the play called on the floor. Foul is on number 12 of Northern Potter, I believe. No, sorry, number 13, Hyde. That's her first. Team's first. Dowell with a 3. Won't go down. Rebound pulled down by Martin. Up the floor she comes. Chapman now has it. Katie flashes on the elbow. Katie with a move on Evans. Evans recovers. Katie called for a travel. Evans regained position, stopped the drive, forced a travel by Katie. Ball comes into Nelson. Port Allegany over to Evans. Over to Stauffer. Now into Moses. Moses looks to drive. Moses called for the hook. She used her elbow as a hook to get by the defender. That's called. That's Port Allegany's fourth team foul. Now in. Maddie Eric comes in for Port Allegany. Moses takes the seat with 2 fouls. So Port Allegany has Nelson with 3, Moses with 2, Dowell with 2, Evans with 2. Like we said earlier, Port Allegany needs to stay out of foul trouble. Ball left open for a wide open Hyde. Her shot's up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Martin. She's fouled by Dowell. Dowell with a reach to the line to shoot 2 will be Rebecca Martin. Martin's first, no good. Martin has one more. Martin now with a second. Martin's second is good. Northern Potter on a 7-0 run here to start the third quarter. Stauffer to Nelson. Nelson fires up a 3. It goes in. Hit the back iron, deadened, fell through the bucket. Nelson with her first points of the game. A big 3 for the Gators there. Ball over to Chapman. Chapman trying to. Wow, ball inside. Gets it off to Martin. Martin scores. A little bit confusion there as Maddie Eric had the rebound, lost her balance, and went down. Ball taken by Chapman, then kicked out to Martin, and she fired a 3 the other way. Shot by Nelson, no good. Travel called. On number 21, Emma Hayes. Nelson cut off her path, forcing the travel. Ball gets inbounded to Dowell, down low. Dowell with the left hand, shots up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Martin. Martin looks to bring it up herself. She's stopped by Stauffer. Kicks it over to Hyde. Hyde to Katie. Katie with a 3. Port Allegany's coach, Jamie Evans, calls the timeout as Northern Potter has cut the lead to 4. We'll take a break with 1:43 left in the third quarter with Port Allegany up 30-26. Port Allegany being outscored 9-3 in the third quarter. We'll take a break and be back soon. We're back here in Port Allegany, which was a 27-14 lead, is now down to 4 as the Gators lead 30-26. Gators with the ball. Stauffer brings it up. Over to Eric. Out to Moses. Moses looks down low to Dowell. Her shot's up. Bucket good. And an N1. Dowell's first points of the game. She'll go to the line to shoot the N1. Again, Port Allegany seems this third quarter they're trying to establish an inside game by working a ball down low. Dowell's N1 is good. 3 points for Kalia Dowell. Lead up to 33-26. In comes a pass. Off to Hyde. Back to Brown. Brown's shot's up. No good. But she'll go to the line to shoot three. Brown, three at the foul line. Brown's first is no good. Brown with her second. Second is no good. Coming back in now for Northern Potter, number 24, Rebecca Martin. Port Allegany with 16 fouls in the third quarter to Northern Potter's 2 with 1:16 left in the third quarter. Brown makes the last of the three. Still a 6-point lead for Port Allegany. Nelson over to Moses. Moses fires a three. It's good. Ella Moses. Port Allegany applying a little bit of pressure. Moses with a steal. Moses stops, pops, no good. Stauffer pulls down the rebound, brings it back out. Skip pass out to Evans. Evans' three's up, no good. Rebound loose, pulled down by Slauson. Northern Potter coming the other way. Slauson into the corner to Thompson. Her shot's up, no good. Ball into Katie down low. Katie gets it up and in. Katie has 7 points the second half. 22 seconds left, 36-29. Port Allegany up 7. Moses looks to drive. Shots up, no good. Ball up to Katie. Katie stopped by Stauffer. Katie looks across. On the floor, Maddie Eric called for a block on the floor. 17 foul. Yeah, they're going to the, yep. That's the 7th foul on Port Allegany. It'll be a 1-and-1. Going to the line for the 1-and-1 is number 24, Rebecca Martin. Martin with the first. It's good. Now Martin has the N1. Six-point lead for Port Allegany, 36-30. Martin seconds on the way and good. 6 seconds left. Ball quickly into Stauffer. Stauffer over the timeline, gets it off to Eric. Eric shots up, no good. They say they wave it off. Shot was not off before the time. So at the end of the third quarter, Port Allegany up 36-31, a 5-point lead. Port Allegany has 17 fouls to Northern Potter's 2. Nelson has 3. Kalia Dowell has 3 for Port Allegany. Ella Moses has 2, and Brent Evans has 2. Stauffer and Eric both have a foul apiece. For Northern Potter, Katie has 2, Brown has 2. That's all that they have that are close to foul trouble that I have written down. Right now, I'd like to thank the viewers who have looked in and viewed. That's 379. And right now we have a current viewers of 173. Again, we thank you. This will probably be our last broadcast. If Port Allegany wins, that'll be played at a neutral site. So we will be unable to do that. So we apologize for that. If Northern Potter wins, that'll also be played at a neutral site. Chapman out top. Chapman now gets it into Thompson. Travel called as the ball got back to Chapman. 5-point lead for Port Allegany. Nelson looks to drive. They opened up the Red Sea. Nelson with a left-handed layup. No good. Northern Potter just opened up. Nelson took advantage of it. Just couldn't finish. Ball back out to Martin. Her three's good. Rebecca Martin with her three. That's her first three of the game. Martin has 13 points. 2-point lead for Port Allegany. Ball into Moses. Moses' shot's good. And she'll go to the line to shoot two. Sorry. She'll shoot the end one. Moses has 10. 11th point in and out, no good. Ball into the hands of Chapman. Port Allegany up four, quickly up to Slauson. Slauson leaves it for Chapman. Chapman kicks it over. Another three by Martin. A 1-point game. Northern Potter within one, 38-37. Evans fires up a three, no good. Rebound into Kalia Dow. Dow keeps it in possession for Port Allegany. Gets it over to Evans. Evans looking down low for Moses, gets it into her. Moses in a low block. Northern Potter knocks down double teams. Her foul is called. I believe it'll be on number 15. Riley Thompson, I'm not sure though. Foul is on Riley Thompson. Fourth team foul on Northern Potter. Thompson's first. Stauffer to inbound, gets it into Evans. Into the game now is Jenna Renner. Shot up by Stauffer. Her three's no good. Rebound pulled down. Stauffer down on the floor. Looks like when she shot, the box out was an undercut. She didn't have a place to come down, but .623. Port Allegany with a 1-point lead. Evan Stauffer to the bench with an injury. Stauffer has 14 points. In for Stauffer, number 12, Maddie Eric. So right now, Port Allegany has Jenna Renner, Maddie Eric, Ella Moses, Bryn Evans, and Leah Nelson. The officials, to start the game, the officials signaled Port Allegany ball after he stopped play. He went to Port Allegany first. They got together, corrected it. Now it is Northern Potter's ball. Ball comes into Slauson. Slauson with a spin. At the elbow, gets it out to the hot-handed Martin. Her three's up, short, out of bounds. Hey, if I'm Northern Potter, she hit their last 2 threes on the way down. Stay on the horse that got you here in the comeback. Nelson with the three. No good. Rebound to Moses. She follows her shot. Moses keeps it alive, gets it in. Travel called on Moses. She's down, but she's up again. Rebecca Martin is the game's leading scorer with 16 points. We got a timeout by Northern Potter, trailing by 1, 5:42 left in the fourth quarter. The Port Allegany Lady Gator cheerleaders All right, real quickly, Molly Cady has 7 points. Caden Brown has 8. The game's leading scorer, Rebecca Martin, has a total of 16. Reagan Slauson has 4. Riley Thompson has 2 for Port Allegany. Evan Stauffer has 14. Leah Nelson, 3. Ella Moses has 10. Maddie Eric, 3. Brent Evans, 5. Kalia Dow, 3. Set to inbound. Rebecca Martin, knocked away by Jenna Renner, will stay with Northern Potter. Ball into Chapman. Chapman looking to play a little two-person game, gets it into Martin. The ball taken away by Moses. Moses brings the ball up the floor. She looks to drive, cut up by Martin, leaves it for Evans. Evans just threes up, no good. Rebound battled for, pulled down by Slauson. She looks to come the other way. Slauson, ball tipped by Moses, resets, ball back out. 3 up by Martin, no good. Chapman with a rebound. Foul call on Brent Evans. That'll be Evans' third, I believe. Going to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 will be Martin. Port's 8th foul. Martin with a 1-on-1. First is up. No good. Rebound. Big rebound by Ella Moses. Pulls it down, slows it down. 4:50 left. Port Allegany up by 1. Ball tipped by a hustling Haley Chapman out of bounds. Ball stays with Port Allegany. Moses to inbounds. Moses gets it into Dowell. Dowell looks to drive. Dowell drives. She stepped on the baseline, out of bounds. Ball back to Northern Potter. Ball into Katie. Katie gets it up to Slauson. Slauson back over to Martin. Has a lone up front. Shot up by Riley Thompson. Northern Potter takes the lead for the first time of the night. 39-38. Dowell fires up a 3. No good. Nelson gets a rebound. Kicks it back to Dowell. Dowell looks to drive. Her shot's blocked. Dowell regains it. Gives it up to Moses. Moses is fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Molly Cady initiated the block on Dowell. Ball came into Moses. Moses drove. That foul is on Martin. That is her third. Moses' first is good. Score tied now. Moses to shoot the second. Substitute in for Northern Potter, number 13, Kaylee Hyde. Moses' second. Good. Port Allegany with a 1-point lead, 40-39. Port Allegany looks to apply some pressure. Now falls back. Ball in the hands of Chapman. Katie comes out, sets a pick. Carry by Chapman as she put it on her hip. Port Allegany now with a big possession. Could extend the lead to 3 or 4. Ball over to Renner. Renner in trouble, gets it out to Moses. Moses down in the high post to Dowell. Dowell drives her shots up, no good. Rebound pulled down by Slauson. Slauson off the Hyde, now back into the hands of Martin. Martin out front, kicks it over to Chapman. Chapman met by Renner. Kicks it off to Hyde. Hyde looks to drive, guarded by Eric. Evans gets her hand, Moses tips the ball, but it goes into the hands of Slauson. Renner playing tough D. Timeout called by Northern Potter coach. Port Allegany with a smothering, covering defense. 30-second timeout. Northern Potter coach. Port Allegany with a 1-point lead, 3:06 left in the fourth quarter. Northern Potter inbounds. Martin set. Martin gets it into Chapman. Chapman picked up by Renner. Off to Slauson. Slauson tries to get it down into Martin. Tied up by Dowell. Possession arrow to Port Allegany. Port Allegany ball up 1, 2:54 left. Nelson brings it up for Port Allegany. You have Nelson, Renner, Evans, Moses, and Dowell on the floor. Kick back out. Three's up by Evans. They say her foot was on the line, only a 2. I think her foot was on the line too. Good call there by the official. Port Allegany now up 42-39. Although the scoreboard isn't right. Shots up. Left-handed rebound up. No good. Rebound loose. Dowell comes out with it. Dowell looking to run. Right now she settles it down. Dowell lines up a 3 from the top. Shot's no good. Katie picks up her dribble, being harassed by Nelson. Gets it into the hands of Hyde. Ball knocked out of bounds by Leah Nelson. Port Allegany with a 3-point lead, 1:51 to go. Ball inbounded by Katie. Walk by Thompson, turns the ball over. Port Allegany coach Jamie Evans takes a 30-second timeout. Be Port Allegany's ball. Up 3. Northern Potter with only 5 team fouls. So if you're Port Allegany, what I would do is hold the ball, make Northern Potter come out and foul you so you can get to the 1-and-1. But then again, what do I know? I was a wrestler, so. Okay, Port Allegany inbounds. Moses to inbounds. Northern Potter to apply pressure. Ball into Nelson. Nelson brings it up over half court. Port Allegany is going to spread it out. Nelson still has possession, picks up her dribble. Foul called on number 15, Riley Thompson. That's Thompson's first. Northern Potter 6. Again, like I had mentioned earlier, if I was Port Allegany, I would hold the ball, make Northern Potter foul us. So now if there's a foul, Port Allegany goes to the line in a 1-and-1. Gets it down to Moses. Moses shots up, no good. Eric with a rebound out that Evans with a shot from the wing for the deuce. 5-point lead, Port Allegany, 1:21 left. Katie looks to drive. She's cut off by Eric. Passes Aaron in the hands of Nelson. Leah Nelson slowing it down. Northern Potter definitely needs the foul here. Eric at the line. Back out to Nelson, 1:02. Nelson keeps her dribble. Into Moses. Moses brings it back out to Nelson. Northern Potter has to come out and foul. Foul by number 23, Slauson. Nelson to go to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. That is Slauson's second. Big free throws here for Port Allegany. 43 seconds left. Port Allegany up 5. Nelson with the first end of the 1-and-1. No good. Rebound into the hands of Chapman all the way up. Foul called on Port Allegany. To the line to shoot two will be number 23, Reagan Slauson. That foul is on Moses. That'll be Moses' third, team's ninth. Now keep in mind, Port Allegany's next foul, Northern Potter will shoot two automatically. Shots up by Slauson, good. Slauson with one more left. 4-point lead, Port Allegany winning 44-40. Slauson shots up and good. Northern Potter calls a timeout. Again, when Port Allegany retook the lead, Northern Potter applying a little bit of pressure. Look for a foul early from Northern Potter. If they can't get the steal, they will foul. Port Allegany up 3, 39 seconds left. Again, I was talking, and like I'm saying, if I'm Northern Potter, if I can't get the steal, I foul right away. Yeah, if I don't get the steal, I'm fouling. If I don't get the steal within the first couple times, I'm going to foul. Because if they come up the trap, you got two passes to foul, or two passes to steal. If you can't steal them, then you foul. Port Allegany set to inbounds. Moses to inbounds. They have Moses, Nelson, Eric on the floor. Ball into Eric. Now over to Dowell. She is fouled by Martin. That's Martin's fourth. I think I might have taken a foul on the freshman. Her first real action in a playoff game. As soon as she gets the ball, foul her, put the freshman to the line. Shots up, good by Dowell. Dowell with the second. No good, rebound out. Drive by Martin, knocked away by, I believe it was Moses. Back into the hands of Moses. Again, now a foul by Chapman. That'll take Moses to the line. Moses with a 1-and-1. Moses' 13th trip to the line, I believe. No good. Rebound pulled down by Katie. Moses on the defense. Katie shots up. No good. Rebound pulled down. That's a foul. Chapman will go to the line to shoot 2. Foul was on Maddie Eric. That's her second. Chapman to shoot 2. 7.2 seconds left. Chapman shooting 2 the first. No good. Key here, Port Allegany definitely has to get the rebound with 7.2 left. Chapman second. No good. Long rebound. And guess who pulled the rebound down for Port Allegany? It was Ella Moses, but she was called for a travel. So Moses with another big rebound for Port Allegany, but called for traveling. Be Northern Potter ball out of bounds, 5.1 left. Northern Potter has to get a shot up quick and then foul immediately. Northern Potter to inbounds. Ball comes in, shots up, no good, rebound. Pulled down by Moses, she's fouled. Or will they call the game? They call the game. Moses again with a big defensive rebound. I apologize for not keeping track of rebounds, but Port Allegany will advance to play for the 5th and final spot allotted by the District 9 in the Single A. I do not know when they'll play, but I would like to thank everybody for tuning in and joining us throughout the season, as this is probably our last broadcast. Our total views at one time was 491. Concurrent views 212. We'd like to thank you all who have tuned in, family, friends. And again, we appreciate the opportunity to do it. And there was good thing that came out of COVID. We got the stream